Hi guys, it's October 7, 2020, and you're watching me, Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, here at Awesome 10X Live Philippine Market Update. So let's discuss the Philippine markets. We could see that yesterday there were signs that the trio, which is Dito Now C, were succumbing to some profit taking, and true enough, today it really translated into a reality. So I'm pretty sure that you were happy with your gains, and so far, the companies have fallen about 10-20%. I'm gonna show to you those charts today. Hi guys, sorry I was briefly disconnected, so I can't share my screen. I'm not sure what's happening with my Google Chrome. So I will just reset, and I'm using right now my mobile phone. Sorry about that. But it's very hard to discuss the markets without a screen. But today, really, as you know, today the money actually over was it was an extreme shift of money out of Dito Now C and into some Nicolasia, into some of your ABS, CBN, and Lopez. Of course, the news we have said that ABS, CBN already secured, potential partnership to air your Kapamilya shows through the ZOE TV. That is a Christian channel. Wait, the disk is full. Okay, sorry about that. Um, Maybe I'll check your chat. Sorry. Some technical difficulty, guys. Interrupted, restart. Try again. I'll try. I'm resetting my current computer. I'm using a Mac, and it's really an old Mac already. I haven't changed my computer since, I don't know, since about 7 years, I think. Shut down muna. Ah. But for the Philippines, we could really see that the Filipinos are actually trading quite a lot. The liquidity has become abundant ever since, I believe, the movement of Dito Now C. So you've seen billions, and people were very speculative. Today, ABS went 50% up after trading at 9 pesos last night. Today it's at 13.5 with volume. We also saw the same thing happen with Lopez Holdings. LPZ owns, of course, your ABS. So that's how the market is trading this Lopez news positively. The fact that maybe Kapamilya shows can be back through even if a Channel 11. Are you sure you want to restart? Yes. Hmm. Still trying to restart my PC. I'll check your comments if ever. I'll answer first your questions first before giving a market update. You guys still there? Okay. Bids at 287 and Asen didn't get filled. Filled feels bad, man. Asen closed at $3, right? So I think like there was a dip, but in the end, I think some people sold because it really broke down the 3.1 level. But you never know. Maybe Davin. For Asen, it's still gonna be quite a flag, eh. So there's still a support at about. Anyway, you can try again because it's not the end. It could just reset and restart, just like our computer right now. Very hard to. I don't understand this. Sige, delete na nga lang. Have so many stuff on my PC. Deleting it now. So much data. Either way, sige. There's a question. What's up on Davin? To be honest, I really don't know. So today, Davin went up. AppV went up. And yeah, so I think like the market is just doing a lot of speculative trades. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what money flow wants to do, and money is money. And I also saw a 6% rise on IRC. IRC has been moving up. This is a company that is trying to make deals with China as well on subways. So that is the infrastructure development company. I think that in the Philippines, we badly need a lot of infrastructure, whether it be roads, broadband, connectivity, and our solution has always been China. Whether that really can can happen is something that Filipinos would definitely love to own and have. So anyway, right now I'm gonna try to go into our Slack. Sorry, I'll enter Slack, then StreamYard. I'll check your questions first. Let me see. Reversal na nga ba ang mining sector? Okay, actually with mining sector, it's good to say that Nickel Asia actually went up breakout today. I myself bought some Nickel Asia today. I've been bullish on Nickel Asia for quite a while, so 175, 1.8, and then when it rallied to about 320 to 330, I only noticed that there was just profit taking. But I don't believe that it was quitting the secular trend. So Nickel Asia is of course gonna benefit with that secular beneficiary. The total addressable market of electric vehicles in the world is in my studies, it's more than about 17 million vehicles annually. And there's several total addressable markets. It could be a $200 billion industry. I mean, just calculate it. 17 million, let's say 17 million vehicles times 100,000. Let's say it's not $100,000. Let's just because some will be $25,000, some will be $35,000 cars. So you'll know that you're seeing at about 200 to $600 billion potential market. And you've got everyone entering the space. You've got the Teslas of the world. You've got the BYD 1211. You've got NIO. You've got Xiaopeng Motors. You've got Li Auto. You've got Geely Auto. You've got Volvo. You've got Daimler. Of course, Ford, General Motors, Workhorse. All of these vehicles would need Lordstown Motors, Hillian. There's so many, right? So what you want is for these electric vehicles to have that long range. So sometimes that long range is 200 miles, 400 miles, 500 miles. So Lucid Motors said that they could do 500 miles. And all of these would need a storage battery, and what we know is that it's a lithium battery. So it's gonna be currently there's about 811. Lithium is 80%, 10% is nickel, the other 10% is cobalt. Yes, there are technologies that are saying that we can lower the need for lithium. Let's try to lower the need for manganese. Can we do a solid state battery? But that is probably 7 to 10 years in the future. It's the same thing when people promised that 40 years ago that solar electricity was the cheapest. Only in 2018 do we really have scientific facts that solar energy is the cheapest, and it is really the cheapest. And this is why trillions of dollars have actually invested in solar renewable companies, which is triggering all-time highs. So there is a real secular trend happening on nickel. It's not about Nickel Asia per se. We're talking about the entire lithium miners, nickel miners, cobalt, manganese. So you've seen like Tesla's partner Piedmont Lithium (PLL) went up because of course they were gonna have a 5-year agreement to supply to Tesla. So it's about, if Nicolasia can secure 5-year contracts with electric vehicles for their battery storage, then of course it's a good thing. So long term wise, I don't know whether Nickel actually has secured or made contracts, but you could see from their earnings reports that they've actually done well during the pandemic because it's a pandemic proof trend. It has nothing to do with the pandemic. Electric vehicles is a 10-year future. It's a decade, 20 years or even. Um, so is it a reversal on mining sector? Mining sector has reversed ever since. I'd say since March, April. It's not now October. This is just a continuation. What happened to pure gold? So pure gold, I believe, is more like a reopening theme, and the market has always seen that pure gold is an essential company. I don't see that the market will generally exit their pure gold for a long time, but in the short term, let's say the short term, can pure gold go 42 pesos? If the market will continually sell and dump it in exchange for some of the other short-term movement, that is possible, but it will be seen as a buying opportunity if it actually drops back to about 42. We see a support on pure gold at about 42. So currently it's 45.8. Depending on your time frame, of course, you do see a resistance at about 48, 49 for pure gold. So it's going to be just technicals for pure gold. It has nothing to do with their fundamentals. I don't see a reason why it can't go to 50 anytime within the next year. Let's take a look at the chat. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let me see. Let me close now. I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
that's
two.
two.
Close na. I'm back. So, I'm gonna share my screen right now. Hopefully this works. Ta-da! Share screen. Okay, let's go here. But while I'm loading, let me see your comments as well. Nicolasia and Asen. So Nicolasia and Asen, I do think that long term that these are good companies, but in the short term, I wouldn't know. Of course, today Nicolasia broke out. I'm a happy believer of Nicolasia, but whether it will continue going 350, 4 pesos, of course, that's my bullish dreams. Can even go 5 to 8 pesos in my own dreams. But yeah, in the short term, I don't know. But in the short term, I do think that Nicolasia today staged a breakout, and it's a good thing. Momentum chartists would love to buy their Nicolasias. Fundamental investors would want to own their Nicolasias, and that's a good thing. Asen actually had a fall today. I would agree. Some people might be taking profits. They saw that 320, it had a hard time. It didn't break out. It went to 290, but it close to 3 pesos. It's just still in that equilibrium zone. People want to take profit. Some people want to enter because they don't have Asen. So we're still trying to collect the real investors into Asen. Lucia co-owns Davin. Yes, and Davin is more like a shell company so far. We still don't know what Davin really will have in the future. Dito Telecom equals C. Dito CME equals Dito. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. All I know is that Chelsea owns Dito Telco, and Dito Telco has that third telco franchise to provide for Filipinos broadband internet. And your internet connectivity, of course, is something that they have to spend for. Is a strong peso good for Philippine banks? Um, Me personally, we have been seeing that the market worldwide, we have seen cheap dollars. I per se is happy with the strong peso because I'm able to use my pesos to buy dollars and invest globally. And of course, I can see that this is true as well for some Europeans, for some Japanese people, because we're trying to earn money in Japan, like let's say owning Nintendos or some GDP pounds. Let's say we own some Ocado or Sumo Group in London. So I think like the peso is good for Filipinos. It doesn't have to be banks. If you are earning in dollars, and if you are earning only in dollars, you might actually think that, well, your dollars are getting cheaper and cheaper because of that $1 trillion stimulus. But that was a necessity. Cheap dollars is good for the world, if you'll just ask me. But it doesn't have to be so cheap. For instance, if the peso is too cheap, sorry, if the peso is so strong such that your dollar peso trades at about 48 peso flat, some people might be scared. So currently, your dollar peso fell from about 50 pesos. Today it's trading at about 48.50, 48.60, 48.80. It's somewhere there at that level. I think that that rate is fine. So it just reflects the general weakness of the dollar, not necessarily the strength of the peso. So we have seen the weakness of the dollar translate to everything. So all the assets around the world have gone up because of the weak dollar. Whether that asset is stock market asset per se, you've seen technology firms went up 50, 100%, 200% because these are higher quality companies rather than owning cheap cash, which is the dollar. So I hope you get to understand what's happening in the world. Asen is a good solar company. They have been trying to invest in solar farms in India, in Australia, and they also have wind farms in Vietnam. So I think that Asen is a company that you just want to wait. And if you are a believer the next 5 years, 10 years, which we are, I'd say that dips of Asen would be bought. I just don't know, will it go down or with the, I can't predict what will happen every single day. Is it okay to enter MPI at the current price level? Indeed, MPI has been rising to 3.9, 3.9 so far, and it's good. So MPI has rallied from 360 to 390 ever since the company shed a 5 billion peso share buyback program. It's good. I think like you might want to wait, but if you have MPI at high levels, let's say some people have MPI at 5, 6 pesos, you might as well buy here at about 3.9 and add more at 3.6. I do not think much about the price. It's more about whether this company will go higher or will it go lower. I think that the company has already solidified a higher low. I don't think you can get MPI at 3 pesos. The higher low, I think, is about 350 to 360. Disregarding the pandemic, are we still in a secular bull market? I believe that the Philippines is not in a secular bull market. With pandemic, without pandemic, the Philippines has languished around the world. The Philippines is not in a secular bull market, if you just ask my opinion. The reason being that the world has created better productivity through technology. And the technology providers are not Philippine companies. These are the Facebooks, the Googles, the Microsofts, the Amazons of the world. Even in Southeast Asia, we even see C Limited controlling, and even Alibaba, and even Tencent controlling your GCash, your PayMaya. Chinese companies are the winners. They are the secular bull market trends. Now, although you could say Nicolasia is a beneficiary on a secular trend, it will never compare to the wealth that Tesla generated for the storage battery makers. So it made CATL rich. It made Panasonic rich. It made LG Chem rich. So I don't think it's about the Philippine per se, because we know about secular bullish markets in London, in Europe. We also see great winners in Poland, say CD Projekt. So it's not about the country. Honestly speaking, it's about the secular trends. It's about whether, for instance, I'm happy to say that ACEN, Ayala Corp Energy, is investing in the right secular trend. We've seen Next Era Energy abroad. We've seen Brookfield Renewable Power do great, astonishing returns for their investors. And these are companies that aren't exactly US. Yes, they're listed in US, but their businesses are global. So I think it has nothing to do with whether is it a bull market or is it a bear market. You have to ask the business model. Nike in a pandemic managed to do so well in e-commerce. So why can't a company do e-commerce well? So, it's direct to consumer. That is the secular trend. Yes, there will be difficulty because the Philippine companies are traditional mindset. They're not thinking about scale. Only maybe a few. We could just count with our hands how many companies are really thinking about secular movement, like how many people in the Philippines are really investing globally in terms of solar energy, diba? Just think about those things for a while. Anyway, let's go to the charts. You know, that's a sad thing to say, but that's the reality, no? Either way, of course, the beautiful thing about the Philippines is that we are a country of 100 million people, and we have some companies that are trying to be more global. We've seen URC, Universal Robina, do well. Why? Because Universal Robina went from 1 peso 37 cents to as high as 234 pesos. Even a pandemic happened. Universal Robina continues to sell worldwide. They sell to Philippines, they sell to ASEAN nation. We're talking about Vietnam, Thailand. They're selling their biscuits in New Zealand, Australia. So they have cash flows. So those are companies that we can really identify that's wow. We are proud as Filipinos that we are a proud owner, let's say, of URC, or let's say Jollibee became a global company. Jollibee is opening in Tim Ho Wan. Those are something that, some things that the Filipinos can be proud of. In fairness to SM Investments has gone abroad. You are aware that SM went to China to open those SM malls. They've tried to diversify. It's not easy. To be honest, it's not easy to be global, and we respect that. And especially in a pandemic, how many properties can actually have a tenant? We know that the tenant rates right now are low. The rates are low, the occupancy is low, restaurant movement worldwide, it's hard. But yun, so we know that we will recover, but it's not gonna be easy. Either way, so let's discuss the Philippine market. Your PSEI is 5867, down 42 points. When you look at the stats for the day, you will look at the analytics. Okay, let's go to the top traded. You could see that 1.5 billion pesos traded dito on the sell side, negative 15%. 680 down to 577. You also see some profit taking already on Now Corp from 498 down to 423, 364 million. These are your top value tradeds. ABS is up 50%. So we could see that some of the people went back to ABS-CBN, seeing that 9 pesos was an opportunity to enter given that ABS has a partnership with ZOE TV. Now, Chelsea is down 12%, 590 to 519, mostly in reaction to Dito. So Dito now C are moving in tandem, highly correlated with the movement. Mary Mart, no movement. Okay, just $3. PLDT is down to 1299. So we have been seeing that PLDT has been falling for quite a while, ever since stopping at 1480. Now the question remains, is PLDT as a global, not global, sorry, as a Philippine domestic monopoly right now, we have a duopoly between Telephone and Globe. Yes, PLDT is gonna have a challenger. You've got Dito now, you've got Converge. So if you're gonna ask me why is PLDT going down, my quick answer would be probably there is a chance that the competition is heating up, and that competition will try to eat that market share from PLDT and from Globe. Whether that truly happens, of course, that's something that we would have to see in the next few years. So some people would say, oh, that competition is nothing. Some people would say that competition is something. So that's what the market is doing. It's like, let's see what's really going to happen, diba? Okay, so Lopez went up because of ABS ownership on ABS-CBN. NIKL Asia is up 9%, 330. I'm happy to see that. So we are saying that, of course, we have been big believers of NIKL Asia, and today was a clear breakout for NIKL Asia. I think that because of NIKL Asia's move, some people also speculated on other miners such as FNI. So let's see, FNI also went up 118, nickel went up. That had volume 128. I think the other miner, I don't normally look, but yeah, so volume is very low. Value traded is very low. So the market really just followed suit with NIKL Asia, and then FNI and Mark followed suit, given that there was a high correlation for these nickel miners as a group, no? Okay, there's a question. Asan yung foods? Anong ibig sabihin nun? Pagkain? Are we discussing food? Are we talking about what food are we talking about? I'm not sure what you discussed. Okay, disregarding the pandemic, we answered that already. Um, okay, your thoughts on GovX. I don't know what GovX is. Eh. Sorry. I will try to study it. What is GovX? Actually, this is a Philippine market update, guys. So let's stick to Philippine market issues. If this is a U.S. company, I will try to read it though, and I'll study it and answer it for you once I know what this company is. GeoVax Labs. I don't know what it does. Health technology. $9 million market cap, very small. So it's a micro cap company. They say that they're a clinical stage biotech company, development of human vaccines, immunotherapies, Zika virus, hemorrhagic, the malaria. So I really don't know anything about the company. So I can't answer anything about a company that I don't know. So yun. Ma'am, baka po Pure Foods. Okay. So Pure Foods, you're asking about Pure Foods. Like Pure Foods, I don't know much. I think like all the food and beverage manufacturers right now are in a dilemma. Of course, your factories have to still supply. So far, I think URC, Pure Foods, and 'di ba ano, CNPF. So CNPF is also a food manufacturer in the Philippines. So far, I think they're just steady. It's not always traded, so I have nothing to discuss about them because I know nothing really. Yeah, I know nothing about what's happening in the company so far. So what we can only say is that today has been a day wherein there's a lot of ceilings. ABS went ceiling. Davin is ceiling today, 9 million. I don't know why. If you ask me, I don't know why. AppV almost went ceiling but didn't. And then so today, I think the only news that we know about is ABS. Well, let's go now to charts. Okay, let's go to charts. Ta-da! Most active index, let's see. We're still in the dito now C. We'll see the support, the resistances. So index is down. Your market value is 6.65 billion pesos. You've got losers. Puregold is a big loser. ICT is a big loser today. PLDT down 3%. MPI BDO is up 1.8%. So many index losers, but the market is happy. You could see that mining is where they went into. So that is an obvious shift of money. So let's take a look at all the great movements that happened today. So, sige, let's read it one by one. I also will read this one. 5 minutes ago, there's a change in number of issued and outstanding shares. What's happening to ASEN? Okay, ASEN said that they want to increase their authorized capital stock from 8.4 to 24 billion pesos, given that the company is planning to operate power plants in the Philippines. So their company is going to secure the certificate of increase in authorized capital. That's fine because they're trying to acquire more assets. So that's really happening with your so what we're seeing is that your ASEN is trying to be a bigger company, so they need to authorize an increased capital. We're also seeing the same thing happen with the Dito Telco and the Now Corp. So all of them really have to raise some money. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Is it gonna be a debt offering, convertible debt, preferred shares? I don't know. So, but is it common shares or what? I don't know, but they'll raise some money. They're expanding, so they're rolling out. So Converge is doing an IPO. What the current what they're gonna do is not an IPO, but what they'll do is something I don't know. So we'll just see. So that's what's happening with that. NIKL is up 10%. Good job. See? Ta-da! So this was a consolidation. We've seen this market really saw NIKL just sleep and then kaboom. Today is the first day of a breakout. Will this go to 4 pesos? We hope. Will it go to 5? We hope. So for now, we just know that this is a long-term uptrend. So NIKL has reversed ever since this move, ever since this 160, or you could argue ever since this one. So the big believers of the battery storage makers know that as of March, that was already a bottom. So this was a double bottom here at 140, and the fundamentals are in line with your technical. So you've just got a general good move here now. So from 140, now it's at 330. Can it go to $5? For now, let's see. Your first resistance for NIKL Asia is somewhere here at about 4.2. That is your, also you've got a resistance here at 3.6, no? So I think a higher low is now merited here at about 320. So I don't think that you could buy Nicolasia back below 3. So time's up. Let's see where this goes. We've seen a higher low at about 3 pesos to 98. If you don't have this, I think some people will continue to chase at 330 for a move to 4 pesos or 420. Okay, that's Nicolasia for you. Let's take a look at the other miners. FNI also rallied up. Kaboom! Will FNI go to 130 or 140? We hope, diba? We hope. Same trend. Now, Mark, let's see. Well, we think that the volume is really going to go to Nicolasia. But if there's a nickel move worldwide, maybe Mark can go up. So yun, 50 cents. Now it's 85, 87 cents. There will be some resistances here at about 1 peso. So between the rest, of course, the value traded will still be on Nickel Asia. But we'll see. We won't know until the market tells us that they confirm, no? So let's take a look at some news. Amendments to bylaws. Aha. So that may be the reason why it went up. What's this amendment on Davin? Let's read. Amendments to Articles of Incorporation to be announced. So we don't know what that means. But some people are probably speculating that there's something to be inserted within Davin. So let's see. What happened to Davin today? 50% up. I don't know too why, but there's just that amendment. So people are speculating. You see that it went from 3 to 460. Some volume coming out. Where's the resistance of Davin? We can see some resistance here at 535, another resistance here at 620, and so far, this will be your support at 3.6, 3.4. So it's a trading range. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what's it about. But so far, we can see a resistance at about 5, 6. We can see resistance at 535, 6 pesos, and furthermore here at about 7. And support so far stands at about 3 pesos and 346. That's all we know. The market also doesn't know. I'm pretty sure they just read that amendment on Articles of Incorporation and they wanted to buy it up because of the speculative activity. So that's what I think happened with Davin. Amendments to bylaws, amendments to this one. Chelsea Logistics, and then. Oops. Davin. Ano ba yung mga sulat? Amendments to Articles of Incorporation. Wala puro mga amendment lang, guys. So yun, I think that's what's happening. Hi, Flingshot Live. You're new to investing. Thanks for coming to the channel. This is a Philippine market update. For US, we will discuss that in the later after this. How low can PSEI go? I think like we already saw the low last March. So it's just really a matter of whether that stock deserves to go new lows or that stock deserves to go higher lows. So I would say that a lot of companies have gone triple bottom, quadruple bottom. So it's more individual names that I look at rather than the PSEI. Okay, let's take a look. More last comments, last questions, if any. Wala na yatang questions. Hindi ko mabasa eh. Hindi ko mabasa yung new comments. Ang daming tanong ata. Anyway, hindi ko mabasa yung iba eh. Hindi ko alam bakit why. I can't see the other comments or questions. But yeah, so I'd say that the market just really shifted the money. You could see that Nicolasia is where they went into. As for what's going to happen with Dito now, see, let's try to check their charts. So Dito has, we said that, wow, it's already topped at 8. And we saw that 770 area as a potential resistance that really materialized. Of course, some people were trying to hope at 840. It didn't happen. Where will be the new support of Dito right now? There's a lot of supports here at about 4.2. Will it go down to 4.2 though? I don't know. It might not go down there. It could be supported here at about, yes, there was a support here at 5 as well. And some supports here at about 4.3. So I don't know how low it will go. But for now, we do see that there's a lot of sellers. The selling pressure will remain intact here at about 650. And probably the 6 area levels, no? So we can see still consolidation down back. So there's more selling pressure in my view for Dito Telcom. Then Dito Telcom falling down triggered some people to also take profits on their Now Corp. So far, Now Corp has a support, very strong support, of course, here after 2.8. And then, of course, another support here at 3. Maybe it will not fall down that low. I'd say that there will be some supports probably here at 360 as well. So we still don't know. We need to see the market. It will be a lot of buying and selling by the market. It will continue to be volatile. If you ask me, there will be a lot of volatility for these telecoms. So Dito and Now, and then let's look at C as well. So Chelsea also had a resistance at 7. Will it go to 4.5? We'll see. So any drops maybe tomorrow might be seen by some people to be an entry point again. So continue to see volatility for Dito and Now and C. I would see more volatility happening for that group. That's it. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for your for watching the channel, and see you again tomorrow. Let's go ahead now to the global market update. Bye bye.